Welcome back to another episode of Jason's Life in 5, where we have adventures of around 5 minutes. Today is Saturday, April 20th, 2024, and I will be running the Salt Lake Marathon. So I've run this a number of times. Don't expect to have a good time, but I expect to enjoy myself. Let's go. Coming up on mile 3, you can see the Utah State Capitol there. Road runs up ahead and then curves back and comes down the canyon there. Running through downtown, there's Temple Square. You can see the Latter-day Saint Temple being refurbished under scaffolding. It's been that way for a couple years now. Coming up on mile 5. So we just passed mile 9 and heading up to the split. The half are going to turn and the full are going to go straight and do the next 13 miles because we're smarter, I guess. One thing about this race is that it really thins out once the full and the half separate. Not many people near me. So after mile 10, I made it to Sugar House Park. It's one of the big parks in the Salt Lake Valley. It's got a pond and the course goes through here. I think it's about a 1.5 mile loop. So we'll run here and then head out more through the city. All right, so we're coming up on mile 11. We've got Russell here.
Yep.
He said that my videos inspired him to start running, so I think he's asking for a public apology. So good job. Is this your first?
This is my 4th, but you taught me to stop and smell the roses and enjoy things. I wasn't bringing my phone before, and now I bring it and listen.
Well, if you're not going to win, you may as well enjoy it.
That's exactly right.
And I have good news. That's mile 11 right there, my
Nice.
friend.
We did it.
So, all right. Well, let's go and do another 15.
Cool.
Mountains are beautiful with all that snow up there. Wow. All right, it's a big moment. I'm about to finish marathon 102.5. That's right, we're halfway through. 13 more to go, and we'll be done. Just a little 13. So just behind me, I passed a unofficial aid station. Little family and their kids brought out some donuts, and it had a donut stop. So I said, yes, please. So I'm starting to think the person that told me back there I'm almost there was not correct. I think I have a way to go. Just passing mile 16. This is always one of the big marks I look for during the race, because this means as of now, I am in single digits left. It's always a big step for me. So onward, well, hopefully downward. So we have reached the southernmost point of the course. We're now headed back up north to the finish, and just 9.5 miles. So I just ran past the aid station, and at that one they had first aid. And I went up, I said, is this first aid? And she said, yeah. I said, I think I broke my leg. She got this scared look on her face. I said, really? I said, yes, they're not working like they were a couple hours ago. She then laughed. So I'm just coming up on mile 18, it's right there. And I was just noticing that my time, we just passed 4 hours, 7 minutes, 23 seconds. And the reason that's important is that's actually the best time I ever ran a marathon. It's been a number of years. I'm much slower now, and that's okay. It's just interesting to think that there's times that I've been done by now, but you know, I think the important thing is, you know, that I've learned is to make sure you just enjoy the race, whether you run a 3 hour or a 4 hour, 6 hour, it doesn't matter. It's all about just finishing the race and conquering the course. So let's keep going. That billboard right there says feet hurt. I'm almost at mile 20, so of course they do. So when I run Salt Lake, going by this Del Taco is always a highlight for me, because that is the place where my wife and I had our first date. What can I say? We were 19 and didn't have much money or much taste, and now we're older and still don't have much money or much taste. I guess all the cops are hanging out at the 7-Eleven. Just past mile 23, and look what we have here. We have my son and my mother. Hey guys.
Hello. Way to go.
Thank you. Coming up on the mile 25 aid station. This is where my wife is working, so we'll stop and see her. We won't stop for long because looks like there might be a sweeper bus back there. Yeah. Woo! 1 mile to go. Let's get it finished. Made the final turn to the finish line. I think we're gonna make it. So the finish line's right there. I am just struggling so much with my foot. It started probably 15 miles ago and just has progressively gotten worse. I don't know if I have a blister or a sore or I don't know what, but it'll be interesting when I take my shoes off.
And I can just picture them in 15.
All right, so the race is completed. Got the medal. There it is. I had some issues. Normally I do a recap at the finish line, but once I finished and sat down, I took my shoe off. I mentioned my foot was hurting and my calf just cramped up and then my leg was like pulsing. So it was kind of an ordeal to get out of there, and I couldn't really walk. So they actually carted me out to my car. I felt kind of like a doofus, but that's okay. We got it done. Overall the weather for most of the race was really good. It did warm up towards the end, but that's all right. It's all about getting it done, and that's what we did. 103 in the books. So there you go. When I ran into Russell at mile 11, he told me a story that kind of touched me, and he said that was the reason he was running. And he told me, he'd watched my videos and it helped him change his mindset to, that it's okay to run slower, especially if you're just out there to enjoy the race. And he told me that he showed his coworker, and his coworker ran the half, and then he had showed it to some other coworkers. And so I guess a number of people ran for me. So that was kind of an interesting and touching story that he told me. And I thought about that a lot through the race, how sometimes we don't know the impact we have. So, I guess I was kind of touched when he shared that with me, that, these little videos had some impact on someone. Hopefully it was positive. So, anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of Jason's Life in 5, and we'll see you next time.